What's going on, guys? My name's Thunder. Bring you guys another Call of Duty commentary today. And today, mainly what I just wanted to talk about was summary of what happened this past weekend at MLG World, like who we beat, who we lost, pretty much the whole story behind the event because not many of our matches were streamed. But yeah, it's gonna be over some Black Ops 3 beta gameplay on the PS4. This is one of like the earlier games that I played, and the reason why I want to post this is because I have a few gameplays saved up, and I don't see many people still posting gameplays, so I figured this would be pretty entertaining to watch, so enjoy that. But pretty much, let's start from the beginning of the event. We got there, it's Friday, we have a bye, so we have to wait around for a few hours, and we end up playing this one team, I couldn't name it, and we start setting up all our stuff, and we end up setting up our stuff. The mix-am wasn't working, or Ivy's wasn't the one that they have set up for us, and they were gonna force us to start like playing like without being able to hear him, which is like beyond retarded. I was about to square up with a ref that was telling us that, but then it came to a point where we were just trying his headset with all the other mix-ams. It was working fine, so eventually they just got fixed. I didn't have to beat the shit out of the guy. So that's good. So we ended up beating them, obviously easily, and then we played the round after that. I think it was a team called New Breed, and New Breed team, they ended up getting, I believe, top 24, like running through losers. So props to them. I didn't think they'd get that far, but we end up beating them pretty easily. They're a pretty good team, pretty good open team. I think we won the hard point by like 40-ish on Solar, and then the uplink might have been Detroit. I think we won that by a decent amount as well. Then going on to last series we have to make it out of open, and it was versus I could not name their team name, but it was probably our closest match at the event, like, which is retarded. But we play 3-hour point. We beat that, like we beat them on that decently. It wasn't like anything bad. Then they beat us on comeback uplink. A lot of unorthodox plays they were doing that really caught us off guard. And ended up taking the map win for them, so props. And then game 3 is S&D Detroit. And it was going pretty much back and forth. A couple rounds, like there's one game changing round. This kid got a 1v2. That props to him, like it was a nasty 1v2. Other than that, like they were just doing a lot of late flanks and stuff like that. So we ended up going down 3-5, which was like nerve-wracking to be an open going down 3-5. But we ended up clutching up, winning the next 3 rounds. Ivy went big the last 5-5 round. He ended up getting like 2 or 3 kills there, and we just clutched up. And I was just like, thank God, like I don't ever want to play open again, because honestly, if half these teams in pro bracket or in pool play had to be an open bracket, I guarantee you there's a high chance of them not making it through. Being completely honest. But besides all that, we ended up beating them. It was just a huge sigh of relief for us. It took a lot of pressure off us at the event. So after the match, we were done for Friday. We didn't play until Saturday morning against Vitality, so we got back to our hotel, got some sleep, and just focused up for the next day. Saturday came, and we showed up to the event at like 9 a.m. to warm up and stuff. First match was versus Vitality. If you don't know who was on Vitality, it was Mad Cat, Joe, Swanee, and Tommy. And they're probably one of the best European teams there. Them and Infuse, in my opinion. So we end up going against them. First map was Retreat Hardpoint, and we started off kind of slow, and it ended up biting us because we lost the map by like 30 points. And going into S&D Riot was probably one of our best maps. Like we knew before the event going into it, just like overall, like you have one of those maps that like you see it in a series and you know there's no chance to lose it. That was S&D Riot for us. So going to S&D Riot, and we beat them 6-1, and I ended up dropping like 16-1 in 7 rounds. Just something absurd. I wish it was on stream, and I just it completely took over. And I think me doing that kind of killed momentum for them, like overall, like, because I wouldn't say I beat them like kind of by myself, but it was definitely like I definitely had the most effect on that game, just clapping them. But I feel like we still would have won it significantly, even if I didn't even have that many kills. But regardless, aside from all that, we end up playing Uplink Biolab versus them, and we beat them significantly on it too. I started the map like 12-0 or 12-1, and we I don't know, we just held control the entire time. We all ended up with like really good KDs. And then going to the last map on Solar Hardpoint, we beat them significantly on that too. I thought they would be better on that map, but I think maybe we were just playing a lot better. So we ended up taking that map by like 40 or 50, and I'm pretty sure all of us had like 35 plus. We all played very well on that map. So that was it for that series. We were 1-0 in our pool. We went up against FaZe on main stage, and we were pretty confident going into this match. I don't know what. Maybe we had some pregame jitters. I'm not sure. I was pretty confident going into it. We started up Compound, which was easily one of our worst hard points, like at the event, like period. Like even before the event, knowing like going into it, like we weren't that good at that map, and we ended up losing it by a significant amount. Losing S&D at Solar 6-0, which I found so surprising because that was one of our best S&Ds as well. Then after that, we go to Uplink Detroit, which are one of our better maps, and we ended up beating them on that. Then Drift to Hardpoint, which were one of our better maps as well, and we ended up having a lead for a while. And then the second hill on the second rotation, we lost the full like 60 because they had a really good setup. And then following that hill, like it was every other hill was just like back and forth, and they ended up just winning mainly because of that hill. That was unfortunate. GG's to them. They're the best team easily we played this weekend. And after that, we played Isolation series. We lost first map on Solar by like 40. We won S&D on crap. I cannot remember the first S&D map, but we ended up winning that by a decent amount. We lost comeback uplink after having a pretty good lead going at a bad side, and they just pretty much did to us what we did to them on good side, which was like it was a close game. We lost like 10-9. I was playing really well that map, but so was Dito, so props to him. Going into fourth map with Biolab, easily one of our best hard points knowing going into the event. And we ended up beating them on that by like probably like 60. Then going to game 5 was Riot, like I said before. Most confident map at the event, going to that, won that like 6-3. Won the series 3-2, good games to ISO. They're one of the best teams like towards the end of this game, like easily. Like I feel like every team they play is like they're always competition no matter what. So going to the last series versus ON, we were very confident because like we beat ISO. In our heads, we're like, all right, ISO's definitely a better team than ON, so we should have an easier time versus ON. And we ended up losing the series 3-1. Losing that series was like kind of demoralizing for us. We lost first map by like 20. That was easily my worst map at the event. That was like the only map I genuinely had that I didn't play good at all. And we lost that. We lost S&D 6-5 after a couple miscommunication plays and just like little tiny things that ended up losing us the map. So we got around 0-2. This shit is gonna make it so there's no play. Uplink Parliament, and me and Diabolic really had a great map. Ivy played really well the first side, and me and Diabolic played extremely well the second side to close out the map. Then we played Hardpoint Pound, and we ended up losing that map probably by like 3 or 4. Just missed rotations, like just a couple kills would have went our ways. It would have the map, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. We ended up losing that series 3-1. Good games at ON. They definitely surprised us as like a lot better of a team on land than they were online. And then after that, we ended up having to go into losers bracket because of the loss to ON. If we would have beaten them, or I believe if we would have at least taken it to game 5, we would have been winners. But not a big deal. We will go into losers bracket with confidence. First match we have to play is against Lethal for top 12. Lethal consisted of Ruiz, Cade, Frodo, and Holler. Pretty solid players in my eyes, especially the Cade and Ruiz, great players who were formerly on E6. And the first map was Hardpoint Detroit. This is off stream, by the way. First map was Hardpoint Detroit. We ended up losing that by like 20 or 10. And then going into S&D, I'm pretty sure it was on Riot. I don't remember 100%, but first S&D we beat them pretty significantly. The Uplink Parliament, I could tell they didn't play that map that much or practice it, so we pretty much ran away with that one. I believe we won like 5-0. So I'll slay the crap out of them. And Hardpoint Compound, we were down by like 100. We were down like 80 to like 180, and we came back and tied it up. I'm pretty sure we took a lead at one point, but they just ended up breaking the second, fourth hill on us. I do not remember. And after that, we just kind of crumbled. It was one of our weaker maps again. Hardpoint compound. We were very good on the map. Winning game 5 on Solar S&D. We were doing a lot of our typical strats. Just a couple fortunate rounds. We were losing like one round. Emery's up, pretty sure was in a 1v2, and they planted the bomb, and Watson hit markered him, and then he ended up killing Diebok off the bomb, which won them the round. Another round was in a 1v3, and I killed 2 of them, and I had full health. And I dashed the bomb, and like knowing where the third guy was gonna be, and I got instantly killed. Like I was just like mind blown. Like they hit a good shot. Like props to them. And after a couple rounds, like similar to that, like we ended up going down 1-5. I'm like, all right, guys. Ivy kind of brought up in the beginning, that, like earlier in the game, like we have to hit stuff as a team against this kind of team. And I was like, all right, agree. Let's start doing that right now. And like the last 5 rounds, I started making good play calls. We were all playing really well. And we ended up bringing it to 5-5. I'm like, all right, let's slow this round down. They're going to be nervous because if you're up 5-1, you're going 5-5, you're definitely not comfortable. So, playing that round out, I got first blood, died. Ivy traded 3v2, and then after that, we were pretty much set. Ended up winning that 6-5. Good games to Lethal. They're definitely a really underrated team at the event as well. I'm pretty sure they took a lot of teams last map. A couple things would have went their way. Definitely could have placed a lot better. After that, we ended up playing Infused that night, and this series was kind of a grudge match for Watson because he's playing his former teammate Petey, and just a bunch of European players who are like good, which was like Zero and Marky B, who I have a lot of respect for, and cannot remember their fourth. Zero, Marky B, Petey, and could not tell you right now. But regardless, ended up taking first map. Me, Ivy, and Josh all had like around 40 kills on retreat. Going to S&D, we're up 5-0 on Skyrise, and we ended up choking that. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like we kind of laughed it off after. It's like, all right, this map is kind of stupid to be honest. And after that, we end up playing uplink comeback, and we beat them significantly while we're on bad side, and then going into good side. It was going back and forth, and I remember at one point there was like a stalemate of like nobody even shooting their gun for like 30 seconds. Everyone just posted, waiting for a kill. And then, regardless of that, like we ended up winning the map like 14-9. I'm pretty sure we beat them pretty significantly. And then going into the 4-point Biolab, again one of our better maps, and we ended up beating them probably by like 40 points. And after that, we ended up placing in the money, which is top 8, and we're all pretty happy. Like we weren't like content or anything, but we're just glad. Like throughout this year, it's kind of been stupid for us, especially with open bracket. Like the past couple events, it's like open bracket's a joke. Like there's open bracket teams that can randomly beat you at any time, and it's just a lot easier to play pool play teams with a lot less pressure. Regardless, we end up getting top 8, going to sleep, waking up the next day, and we played FaZe. So we show up, and like they had to mess with their boxes a lot, so we didn't have a chance to warm up. They warmed up a lot, so they played it smart. They got there a lot earlier than us. So, one hardpoint compound. Start the map. We weren't really playing that well, but we weren't shooting that well, but we were playing well, like as a team, and we went up like 80-some points. And after that, us not shooting that well kind of caught up to us because we started not getting certain kills and like started just not trading certain things, and it was just started going downhill from there. And we ended up losing the map by a decent amount. Going to S&D Detroit, we're up 4-0. If you watched, me and Watson really took over the first few rounds. Then falling down like a few rounds, they tied it up 4-4. They started to come back, and then we ended up clutching up the last couple rounds. So also my teammates. We play uplink on what map? Biolab. They actually lapped us like bad. I've never lost like that on LAN. I don't think. Like I literally felt useless. Like, I was getting kills, but I was like not like. My teammates weren't, and we were just playing like ass. So shit. All right. Next map, we got to focus on that. Drift Harp on one of our better maps, and again, we lost it pretty much the same exact way we lost it winners bracket to them. Like just down the last hill, we just couldn't clutch up. But overall, this weekend it was a complete failure. I'm not like happy at all, but I'm not like sad. Like, I'm just kind of glad to know that like just playing this weekend against good teams again, and that I don't suck. I knew I didn't suck. Regardless, pretty interesting weekend. Ended up placing 7th, 8th. Props to all the teams that. Props to ON, to be honest. Like, they're probably one team I didn't expect to beat us this weekend. And I think they played significantly well this weekend. They just kind of lost. Like, the series that they lost were really close. They could have had a lot better of a place. But regardless of all that, really proud of the team, to be honest, especially with the comebacks we made. Definitely didn't expect some of them, but I was definitely a lot more confident with the comebacks in this team because we've done it a lot online. All this. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed me breaking down the event and what happened with our team. Going into Black Ops 3, we're going to be looking for a fort. So I'm going to try to figure that out before the game comes out. So like, we have practice from the start of the game till whatever's going on. So thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.